love hanging out with teenagers because you do learn so much stuff.
Oh my God. This is stressful to watch here. This is really stressing me out, seeing this.
I have a teenager. She's 13 years old. She is lovely. I have no complaints, but I really want to make sure that my connection with my daughter is strong. Living with a teenager could potentially go off the rails into dark places. I don't want that to happen. For those of you who don't know, and most of my subscribers are above the age of 14.
Above the age of 40. Correction. They're all elderly people.
I know. Could you explain it for old people?
So cosplay is basically where you dress up as a character. It can be from a video game, even a real person, like...
Oh, like I could dress up as you?
Yeah, like YouTubers or whatever. It could be anything.
Oh. So far, the transition into teenagerhood has been seamless. Yet I'm aware that over the next few years, she's traveling a delicate road of different influences, challenges, and emotions. For me, it's so important that our mother-daughter relationship is as solid as possible going forward. So in this video today, I have some tips for myself to keep in mind so that my relationship with my daughter does stay strong throughout the next 4 or 5 years. Can I stretch it over my whole head?
Yeah. Like that. Not like that! You take both ends.
So this is us without makeup.
Yes.
And we look pretty
ugly.
Amazing. Amazing! I would never say I look ugly. You don't talk that way about yourself. Up until very recently, my daughter would spend every evening in bed with me, both of us reading. Things have changed, and now she's never in my room anymore. She's always in her own room. Sometimes I go through a day where I don't even hardly see her except when she comes down to get some food and then runs back up to her room. My daughter and I used to often do art together. We'd sit and sketch together. She has maintained her love of art, and she perseveres it daily. I, on the other hand, go through a phase where I really get into art, and then I'll go through a longer phase where I don't even touch my sketchbook. This last year, we are really missing that artistic connection together. Something I still do with her is go on walks. Anytime I go for a walk and I ask her, she almost always says yes. Going for a walk is a really good way to get talking. Smooth it out. Tell everyone, how long have you been doing cosplay?
I've been doing it for almost a year now.
And why?
I found out one of my cousins actually cosplayed, so then I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So then I just started doing that, and now I'm here.
Now, is this getting important, who our character is?
Yeah, so...
And I've never actually seen what my character looks like. Should I do that before I start?
She's still, yeah.
And it's from My Hero Academia?
No. Danganronpa.
Danganronpa.
She's very, like, very cute and chubby, very, like...
Perfect for me.
It's not a bad thing.
No. One of her frequent complaints is I never listen to her. You never listen to me. I talk to you and you don't listen to me. Another one is you love the boys more than you love me. My daughter is the oldest in the family, and she has often felt that she doesn't get the attention that her youngest brother gets, who's the baby of the family. I would always deny this. Like, of course I don't love your brothers more than you. Of course I listen to you. But I stopped doing that, and maybe it is true that I'm not present for her when she's talking to me as much as she needs me to be. And maybe I do spend more time, like she sees me snuggling her little brother because he's so snuggly still, and she's not. But to her, it's me showing affection to him or me defending him because he's the youngest, is showing her that I don't love her as much as them. So really not deny her perceived truth. I'm going to try to listen harder. I'm going to try to show you that I love you just as much as your brothers. So you do your contour and I'll watch, and then you can give me some advice on contour. You may not know, but Sophie is a pretty big deal on TikTok. She's a pretty big TikToker.
Yeah, I have 14.5 thousand.
14.5 thousand people follow her TikTok channel to watch her
do dress up. And I also do art videos too, and just
okay, let me go darker.
I went really dark.
All right, I'm gonna get real dark here. Oh, I made it crooked.
You blend it out now.
And then I'm going to just go like that. Oh, I should do my nostrils too?
No.
Oh. Here?
Yeah, around your like job on like doing this to not make it look like you have 5 necks.
Are you actually talking about my necks? They're not necks, Sophie. They're wrinkles.
Wrinkles.
The technology that kids engage in today, it is part of their social community, talking about these games, playing together online. It's how kids connect now. So I do understand that, but I really want to put limits on how much she and her brothers consume technology so that it's not shaping their values. It's not shaping who they are. When I strictly limit the time they're allowed on technology, I can see them change. I can see them become more loving to each other, more open to doing activities with the family, to doing chores without complaint. When they're on video games all the time, they turn into prickly sort of characters who I don't get along with as well. It's very strange, but I see it because I've had moments where I totally take it away from them, and after 2 days, I have my kids back. It's my responsibility to limit technology so that they appreciate their family more.
What I move on to is I do eyeshadow.
Ooh.
The fun part. James Charles palette I got for my birthday from my beautiful mother. Vibrant pink.
Oh, I was gonna do that for vibrant.
I mean, you can, but it's good. It's really vibrant, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
I think that's what's her name again?
Chiaki.
I think that's what Chiaki really wants me to have. Yeah, look at it. I mean, come on. It's awesome.
She's a very, like, shy
Is she?
character. She's, like, very sleepy all the time.
Me too. So how long does it usually take you to put your cosplay face on?
It takes around, like, half an hour.
Yours is so nice. I don't see family time as a punishment, and I don't think she should either. Family is the answer I give her to all of her whys. Why do I have to come? Why can't I just stay at home? Because we love you and you're part of the family and we enjoy spending time with you. Why do I have to do the dishes? You're part of the family and you love us and we need your help. So even doing chores is presented not just like you need to do this to learn responsibility, but you're doing this because we are 5 people in this family and you do this work to help your family because you're easing the burden on usually mom. I do keep saying it to reinforce it, just reinforce the value of family. And all of this is because of love. It's because you love your family. What do other kids your age think of cosplay?
Only a few kids in my school cosplay out of like my grade.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids in my class, I feel like they would think it's really weird if I didn't have a following. But since I have a following, everyone's like, oh, add my TikTok to your thing or whatever, you know, sponsor me.
Now you're cool because you're more famous than them.
Yeah, which is kind of like weird. When I watch like a lot of other YouTubers or people that are on TikTok with like a big following, I was like, oh my god, they're so cool or whatever. Now it's like, oh, it doesn't feel much different except that I just have a lot of more people watching me.
You still feel like the same person.
Yeah, we're all just normal people except a lot of people know us more.
You're so nice. You haven't let it go to your head.
Yeah. Because all my followers are so nice to me. And when I do get a bad hate comment or whatever, I'm like, that's funny. They're just people, you know, letting out their anger, like, just don't like what you're doing. I'm like, okay, it's your problem.
A little while ago, I started reminding myself to hug the kids more, to give them hugs. I'd think like, oh my goodness, it's been a few days, I haven't even hugged the kids. It's funny, with my daughter, she is a little bit more prickly, being a teenager, that sometimes I have to remind myself, oh yeah, have you hugged her today? Have you shown her that you love her? It's really important to me. I think I did it wrong.
You're supposed to have it more like going up to make it look like happy.
Sophie, it's not coming off.
That's because it's good quality.
Darn you! James Charles, your makeup. This is so hard. Since you were a baby, you have you work so diligently and you are not fazed by screwing up.
Oh yeah, I keep on going, man. I keep on going.
You never quit anything. Yeah, do it for me. Stop making me laugh. My girl is the master of the burn. She loves to burn me, her father, her brothers. It's her big chance. She's so quiet at school, she just saves it all up for when she gets home. And she just slings out burns right and left. So some of these are hilarious. But more often than not, they're just really mean. And she calls them a burn. And you're like, that's not really a burn. That's just kind of mean. But I have learned, and this I've learned through meditation. This comes naturally to me now. I highly recommend it for anyone who has teenagers or is married. Things that she say that are kind of mean or sarcastic, they don't affect me. They don't bother me. They don't get any kind of negative reaction from me. So I'm never butting heads with her through things she says to me. I can just see them for what they are, and they don't bother me. If they don't bother me, there's not an issue. I figure at this age, it's her job to try to push my buttons. It's her job to experiment with different personas and see what fits and what doesn't. This is the time of her life that she can do this. I'm thinking that when she comes out the other end of teenagerhood, she's going to realize that being a mean person, there's no point to it. You know, then why be mean? So I'm not worried about it. I don't punish her and tell her, don't you disrespect me. She still knows where the boundaries are, so she never pushes too hard. And if she did ever cross a line, I would tell her there's not much that she can say that's gonna upset me.
You look a cat! You look a cat! I mean, you can go for that too.
Would you recommend that other cosplayers dress up with their moms?
I mean, if they're supportive and they don't, you know, hate what you do and stuff. Because some people, their parents are like, oh, don't you ever do that. Or a lot of people try to keep it secret and stuff since they don't want their parents to like know. Some people have a hard life.
Now I have that on video. So I can show you when you're complaining about how horrible your life is and how much I don't love you.
Shut up.
I'm trying to get my kids to stop saying shut up.
Oh, listen, it's come. Well, maybe, do you want to stop talking instead?
No, I don't want to stop talking instead. Every time she looks over at me, she laughs.
No, just the sound you were making. Your skin is so weird, it like makes it wrinkly.
That's because I'm 45. It's called crepey. She is her own person, and she is amazing. She teaches me so much. She is so determined. I don't think it's our job as parents to mold our children into who we want them to be. I think it's our job just to let them grow into themselves, to keep that mind chatter in perspective, and, you know, to feel emotions but not believe them. She hates it when I talk like this. She calls it yoga talk. Mom, stop yoga talking me. So I don't like give too much yoga talk words, but occasionally I'll slide some of my meditation wisdom in there when I can do it in a non-obvious way. But she usually catches me. She's very smart.
You kind of just like take it off like this. Or tight enough that you can just adjust it at the back, but I think that's okay.
I can handle it. The makeup doesn't look as ridiculous anymore when you're not bald. Mm-hmm. Oh, yours is so cute!
And if you want to follow me on my TikTok, my username is imagination_cosplays. So if you want to see other stuff like this, well, not like this type of thing. Like if you want to see more of my cosplays, you can go there, and I do a lot of art videos there too. So yeah. You're over 30, don't follow me. Please don't.
She doesn't like it when over 30 people follow her.
Yeah.
That's weird. So that's like everyone watching this video.
Yeah.
I had fun. Did you?
Yes. It was very interesting to see you try doing makeup.
It was
pretty good try.
It was, thank you. And I can see why you think it's very fun.
Yeah.
I am very confident that my daughter and I will survive the next 4 or 5 years. If you are a parent of a teen or a teenager yourself, I would love to hear your ideas for what is important to maintain connection. Thank you for watching to the end of this video, and I hope I see you again next time. Bye. But does James Charles know how to do something like this?
I don't know if he does. I don't.
She's the oldest of the family, and she thinks nobody loves her.
Well, my 14,000 followers do.